I shouldn't even smile at this because it's not good, but the tournament is over. And it did not go well in the first place. Copa America 2024 has been a crap show since the very beginning. It's not going to be used as the example of how to host a tournament in the future. That's for damn sure. This tournament, I mean, from ticket sales being too expensive to the officiating in the group stage being terrible, to fans brawling in the stands with players, to the Copa America final having thousands of fans breach security and get into the stadium and then delaying the game by 90 minutes, people climbing through air vents, and people who bought tickets for over $1,000 or more not being allowed to watch the game that they paid for. Not going so great. And there's not a ton of people leaving with a lot of dignity, especially not the vice president of CONMEBOL or the president of the Colombian Federation, who are sitting in a jail cell now in Miami, or a lot of the people who are also sitting in a jail cell in Miami for breaking in. It's just not been a good look for a lot of teams, for Uruguay, for Colombia, for the USA or Greg Berhalter. I mean, Canada can leave with a little bit of dignity, and Argentina was supposed to be that one team that does leave with all the dignity. I mean, they won the tournament. What can they be mad about? I mean, firstly, they had a pretty easy path to the final, and a lot of people argue that that was structured like that. Sure, they had to still beat Colombia in the final and still had to get there, but they didn't have the toughest route to the final. So you can argue that, things went well. If they went well for anybody, it was Argentina. And now Enzo Fernandez and the Argentinian national team decided to throw all that dignity out the window because they're singing a racist chant on the bus ride back after winning Copa America. Now, this racist chant wasn't even at Colombians or anybody even involved in the tournament. And I'm not saying that there's any excuse for racism in any scenario, but how racist do you have to be racist to France in that scenario? It just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to explain exactly what's going on here. So as you can see, Enzo Fernandez holding the phone here on the bus ride back from the Colombia match in which they won in extra time. Sure, they're going to be happy and they're singing. This song choice, a bit questionable. Now, I don't speak Spanish or French for that matter, but up here it says football in 2024, racism is alive and well. It's a rough translation. And if you speak Spanish, you can kind of make out some of the words that are being used in this video and some other videos that have been circulating from this live stream that was on Instagram Live from Enzo Fernandez. But if you don't know what the translation is, here is what it means. Listen, everyone now, they play in France, but they are all from Angola. Not great. Not a great start. How beautiful to see they start running their comets, and that doesn't translate directly to English. Comets mean, like meteors in English. It's not exactly the slang that they're referring to. Like the gay Mbappe. Her mother is Nigerian, his father is Cameroonian, but in the document, nationality French. That's the lyrics to the chant that they are singing on the bus ride home. Again, how racist do you have to be racist to a team that's not even involved in the tournament that you just won? It doesn't make any sense. Now, I know that there's a little bit of a rivalry because Argentina have played against France in both of the last two finals, or last two World Cups, including the final in 2022 where Argentina won, but this is just a stray, and it is a stray of the highest order. That is the translation. It's not great. Obviously, a lot of this is targeted at Kylian Mbappe because Kylian Mbappe's mother is Nigerian. Mbappe's father is Cameroonian. And he is French, so it's obviously a lot about Mbappe and the memes that Mbappe has suffered over the last few years that could be, probably a lot unjustified. Either way, that's what they're singing on the bus, which is terrible. Now, I'm going to go out here and say it's a little bit offensive. Now, I'm not the person who can say it's offensive, but Wesley Fofana, a player who is French and of African descent and plays with Enzo Fernandez on Chelsea, is the person who actually tweeted this out 6 hours ago, saying that football in 2024, racism, uninhibited racism, is still alive and well. So I'm not the one putting that word offensive out there. And Enzo Fernandez even admits to it. He says, I want to apologize sincerely for a video posted on my Instagram channel during the national team celebrations. This song includes highly offensive language, and there's absolutely no excuse for these words. Now, so he doesn't take the route saying, it's not as deep as people are making it. It's being taken out of context. It's just a joke song. I don't actually mean anything by it. He admits that it is highly offensive language and that there's no excuse for it. So he comes out there and says it. He knows what he was saying. Now, this first part is great. I stand against discrimination in all forms and apologize. Should have been the end of the sentence. He then says, for getting caught up in the euphoria of our Copa America celebrations. That's not a great end to the sentence, because it's basically saying, sorry guys, just when I get really happy, the racism just comes out. When the euphoria gets over me, I just start spewing out the racism. It just happens. It happens in the euphoria of the moment, guys. That's all it is. It's just when I'm happy, all right? I'm not racist any other time except for when I'm super happy. Doesn't make much sense. Things just don't add up for me, and I just have never comprehended being racist. I get a lot of xenophobic comments on my YouTube channel, and I think it falls into a very similar category. I just don't get it. I just do not understand it. I'll never have that perspective that these people have to be racist at all. Really, I just do not get it. That video, that moment, those words do not reflect my beliefs or my character. I am truly sorry. So it ends well, which is good, and I'm glad that he spoke on it and didn't hide the fact that, I didn't know what I was saying. It's not that deep. He admitted to it, which is good, and I'm glad I'm not the Chelsea manager that has to deal with this in a very awkward preseason that is going to be coming very, very, very soon. But that is about it. Obviously, not everybody was involved in this. Not only Enzo Fernandez was involved, he was singing along with a lot of other people on the bus. He was just the one that broadcasted it live. So I think a lot of people that were on the bus probably owe a few people some apologies, especially Kylian Mbappe. But not everybody was on that bus. If you wanted to, run with the Lionel Messi hate slander, can't do that in this situation. Alexis McAllister, Emiliano Martinez, Nicolas Otamendi, and Lautaro Martinez were all not on the bus. And I'm sure that there were some people on the bus also not involved in the chant. Either way, not a great look. Not a great look. Not a lot of people leaving Copa America 2024 with a lot of dignity. A tournament that was supposed to be a celebration of football has turned into an absolute crap show in pretty much every single aspect of the game, on and off the field. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about it down in the comments.